Welcome everyone, welcome to my brand Skylight Designs. In this video I'm going to show you my process of how I go ahead and build a WordPress website for one of my clients. Now, WordPress is a content management system, which means that a client can update and make changes to the website themselves without the need to go to a developer every time they want to update something small on their website. They can keep a blog up to date, they can create new blog articles, they could change the content of their pages, they could add images, and WordPress offers a fairly comprehensive content management system. It initially started off as a blogging platform, but now it's known more as a content management system. The first step when I work with a client is that I would talk to them about their business. I would get to know what their business is about, and then I would decide, or I would ask the client if they would find it appropriate to customize a template or whether they would like to go with a fully custom-made solution. Most of the time, my clients are okay with customizing templates because it quickens the process, and generally you could get a pretty good-looking website with a customized template. As you can see here, this is a website that I customized for one of my clients, and it was using a template initially, but the template has been customized and modified to suit the needs of the business. This is a high-end audio business called Distinctive Audio, and if we look at specials, we can see that the products can be categorized into different brands and products here, product types and status, and so on. But what's the first step before I get to this stage? Before we get to the finished product, how do we get to this stage and how do we build it up? That's what this video will cover. So the first step would be to go to, if we're going to with a template, we would go to Themeforest. Now, Themeforest is a marketplace, or it's based on the Envato marketplace, and it allows you to buy WordPress themes and templates for fairly affordable prices. We're even starting off at $2 here, as you can see. So typically the themes would cost around 17 US. So if we look at Bootstrap, which is a responsive framework, I typically look at Bootstrap templates because I like the framework Bootstrap. It allows for responsive design, and it works with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So responsive design means that your website will look good on mobile screens, tablets, and desktop computers. We can take a look at one of these examples here. We'll look at we'll look at this example, Foundry. And as you can see, we could take a look at one of these templates. And as you can see, it uses real images. And it has a lot of different page elements that you could use when working with your template. So it gives you a whole array of a whole collection of templates that you can use, like about, services, so these are all templates, based on the different pages for the website. We can have a fax, FAQ page, a countdown, contact page. We can look at a contact. So in my case, I already bought a template that's not available on Themeforest anymore, but if we go and take a look at the template, we can look here. This is how the template looks like. I'll just drag index here. And this is a one-page HTML template. It's a one-page template because when you click on the navigation, it scrolls down to the different sections of the one-page template. And this is what we have to work with. So this is what you get initially out of the box when you buy a template from Themeforest. If you buy an HTML or a Bootstrap template, this is what you get for around 17 US. Well, really, it's about 19 US because there's about a $2 handling fee, so it ends up being about 27 Canadian. And this saves you a lot of time as a developer. You can work with this template and you could modify it to suit your needs. So that's exactly what I've done. I took this template. Well, we can compare just side by side. Oh, that's the PHP. We'll look at that later. So we'll look at this. So that's what we got off the Themeforest, and then this is what I modified it to. So just to see what I'm talking about here, if we open this up, this is the template that I modified. So this is a simplified version of the template that I have modified in HTML. So we'll look at the original here. So the original looks like this. So this is the code that you get with the theme. This is HTML code and it has some CSS classes. You could see the CSS over here. This is CSS, cascading style sheets. It's basically the styling of your website is a HTML code. I would take all this that you see here and I would customize it to turn it into this. Now it looks fairly similar, but the difference is in what you can see. I'll take this template that is a generic template about different pages and turn it into something a bit more specific for the business. We have a home, about, products page, a blog page, and a contact page. And we can still have the animations, but it's simplified and it's more appropriate for the business. So here we have a category and we can filter these products. We can sort by brand, by product, and so on. Now, once the client is happy, they can see this. What happens is that I'll end up showing this work to the client, and if they like it, we can go ahead and turn it into a WordPress theme. Now, the WordPress theme will be changing this code, which is HTML and CSS and JavaScript, into a WordPress theme. So we're going to add PHP into it. So after the template has been modified, we look at the PHP, which is PHP stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor, the P standing for personal homepage. So it's a P, which is an acronym for personal homepage, and then Hypertext Preprocessor. PHP is a backend programming language used to create dynamic content on websites, and it uses typically runs with a database as well. A database uses MySQL as a language to manage the database, or it's a language that is used to manage the database. Or is it SQL or MySQL? Anyway, one of those two. So let's look at the WordPress theme. Just open this up. And this is what I've done. So I've taken the HTML template and I've converted it into a WordPress theme. So all this functionality that you see here that's required to make a WordPress theme, this is functions.php. This is all the PHP code. And now I'll explain what this does. So if we look at, let's say, page.trade-ins, we have a loop in WordPress. Now a loop is basically looping over all the content that is going to appear on the web page. So here we're inputting the content of the page, the description of the content on the page. So let me just open up the page so we can see it. So this is the trade-ins page. So we'll look at trade-ins. So this right here, this description right here is looping here in the content. That's what you see right here. And then these products that are looping over here is within this loop. So this is one product that gets looped multiple times based on these parameters. So you can see these are trade-ins, and this is a WP query. This is a special type of loop that is looping a custom post type that has categories and different products assigned to it and a status assigned to it so that you can match. You could look at the products within certain categories like new arrivals, specials, and trade-ins. So if we look at specials, we can see the products that belong to specials, same with trade-ins, and the numbers indicate how many products there are in those categories. We look at the products, we can see how the products that are assigned, or the brand, like we could look at the brands that are assigned to certain products, and we can look at the products within those brands. So if we look at Martin Logan, we have speakers from Martin Logan. We have a description for the Martin Logan brand, and we can look at the speakers. If we click on this, we can look at the speakers, have a product description, specials, brand, product, retail price, and sale price. This is high-end audio, so it does tend to get pretty pricey. And we also have a search field, so we could search Martin Logan, and we should see Martin Logan, a product from Martin Logan. This product doesn't have an image. We should fix that. If we look at Ellipson, we'll look up Ellipson. Oh, well, this is something custom. Maybe I should remove this from the search. This is actually not a product. This is an inventory sale that we had going on. So I should probably remove this from the search. But this is a product from Ellipson. And we have a photo, and we have the product here. This needs to add some more information to it. So this is how the website looks. So basically my role in this process is taking all the HTML static code that was HTML and written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and writing all the PHP implementation myself. So taking that static website that everything is hard-coded and turning it into a WordPress theme. And the difference when you add all this PHP code is that you'll be able to log into the website and make dynamic changes to your content. Now this is WordPress. I'm going to run through this very quickly. I'm not going to go through the whole interface because there's a lot to go through. But if we just go to, let's say, new arrivals, and we look at one of these products, we can have all these products listed based on the categories they belong to. So if we look at products, we can map out this product to a particular product type, and we could select from this big list of product types, what it belongs to. So right now it hasn't been mapped out. We can map it out to a brand. Right now it's mapped out to Gold Note. We could add multiple brands, but that wouldn't be a viable use case in this case because this product would only belong to one brand. We could map it to a status or assign it to a status. So decide whether this is a new arrival, specials, or trade-in. And what happens is that when you have this product and you put a featured image as well. So if we look at the feature image, we could assign it an image. All this information gets mapped out to the front end. So when we publish and save, we can take a look at the website. And all these products get, all this information gets mapped out to these products. So if we look at one of these products in particular, the information will get mapped out here. Now, of course, this information is not added by the client, but if they were to add this information, it would be mapped out to the product description and then the product type, the brand, and so on. So they could add all the pricing and all the necessary information that they would need to describe the product. And then you could cycle through the products with these next and previous buttons. and take a look at what's available. Of course, with WordPress, you have you have images, you have the contact form, you have Google Maps, and you could have different custom products assigned to certain categories, like new arrivals. You see 2 products here. Trade-ins, you see 2 new products here. And what's the difference between using something like WordPress versus forestry.io is, as you can see, the interface is more robust. There's more features and functionality within the interface. And the advantage of WordPress is that it's such a big platform that it can integrate well with other systems. It has good SEO, which the SEO plugin Yoast is free to use. They have a premium version, but you could use the free version. And it allows for optimal SEO, where you could change the title on every page. So if we go to the home page, you can see here that this is the homepage title, distinctive audio, your high-end audio products dealer. If we go to the about page, we'll have about dash distinctive audio. Lines we carry, we'll have lines we carry dash distinctive audio. So having unique titles on every page is good for SEO. And we could add meta descriptions, we could add a sitemap, and different things that make it quite valuable as a platform to use and manage your website. So WordPress is very popular. I could go through the whole interface, except that'll take a little bit too much time. It's fairly intuitive. You can discover it for yourself. It's fairly straightforward. Mostly you'll just be interacting with the products. So in this case, it'll be lines we carry, new arrivals, trade-ins, and specials. If we look at these products, we can assign them. And the way WordPress works is that all the content that you're editing within WordPress is based on a content field within a loop. So similar to Hugo, where you have a content field, WordPress has a content field that looks like this. Maybe it's called a tag, actually. I'm not sure if it's I think it's a tag, PHP tag with the content field in it. And what this does is that it loops through the content based on the different settings that you set, whether it's a regular loop or a custom loop. And the content that you see here is going to be the content of the page. So this is the content that we see. So the content that gets put in here is getting dynamically inserted within WordPress. And this is what Gutenberg controls. This is what the old classic editor controlled. And all this content that we add here will be put into the content tag over here. An example of this, which is a good example to see, is that when we have the spring 2020 inventory sale, all this content was generated by Gutenberg. And all it is on the back end over here is we just add the content just like this. In this case, I believe this was using, or we can take a look actually. If we go to the home page, which would be index, yep, it's right here. So this would be the content, the tag with the content field. And what's happening here is that WordPress is taking all the information that is generated with Gutenberg on the back end, which can be found, just to show you, pages here. So this is all the information generated by Gutenberg using their table fields. So it's taking all of this, which can be edited, and it's exporting it and putting it on the front end, as you can see here. And the styling can be adjusted based on the CSS that you implement as a developer. So the content editing experience of WordPress is a little bit more robust than Hugo. That's why it takes a little bit more work to develop PHP as well. That's why the price on my services page for WordPress sites is a little bit higher. However, if you compare that to what other agencies charge, you would find my price is quite affordable. compared to what the industry charges for this sort of work. So that's an overview of my process of developing WordPress websites for my clients. I thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. You could email me at sebastian@skylightdesigns.ca, or you could visit my website and fill out my contact form there as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.